I'm Alec Hanson, and we're here on our next stop in beautiful Hoboken, New Jersey, about to spend the day with mortgage superstar Baret Kechian. Today, we're giving him a marketing makeover. This is brand new.
Look like it's time to rise and get in the game. Gonna change some branding, not afraid to fly. I can't even wait to finally touch down with the camera click. Let's light up that stage. Time to start your brand new golden age. It's your time to shine. Cameras on you. Brand new.
All right, Eagle has landed. We are here, about to go make our entrance, hang out with Baret. It's gonna be an incredible day. Just buckle up. I guess we'll go get some coffee. Of course, he shows up and I'm getting coffee. Baret, you ready to go?
Where have you been, dude? Just come on, we're going.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
We're ready to go. You've been lending a long time.
Yes.
How many years?
28 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
For those of you that are watching and have never introduced yourself to this guy in the world, it's Baret. You've been like a top 10 in the industry. Period. One of the best for years and years. The first easy question is: you have a lot of clients that have worked with you in the past. We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
If they were going to describe you, if we called them up, said, "Hey, I want you to describe Baret and his team in like 4 or 5 words."
Yep.
What words do you hope would come out of their mouth?
Responsive.
I like that. Okay.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Honest.
Ooh, good one.
Highly efficient.
Yeah.
They deliver what they promise.
Oh yeah, deliver. Yeah, deliver. Make it happen.
Yep.
All right. What words would your realtor partners use?
I think a lot of them consider us like an expert in the market.
Yeah, expert.
Certainly know that we're available.
I like that.
I think
Yeah.
that's important because that's one of the things we pride ourselves on is
Yeah.
always answering the text, picking up the call.
Don't you have a story about the phone never going to voicemail or something hysterical?
We do, yeah.
What's the rule on that?
Yeah, I hate voicemail.
Yeah.
So even my own phone, my cell phone, I have going to the office line. I forward it during the week when I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want 2 phones ringing because one of them is going to go into voicemail.
Yeah.
But here they can pick it up and somebody can take the call, and potentially give it to one of the other team members, and they can help the client right then and there if I'm busy for the next 2 hours.
It's so good, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so expert, available. Any other things the realtors would say about you guys, your partners?
I think that the fact that we're good with clients, our personalities mesh with clients. We're not
Service is good. Yeah.
We're not overly confident. We're not cocky. We're
Yeah.
always giving people the time they need, and so I think clients find us to be easy to work with, and personality-wise, we can kind of mesh with just about everyone that we're given.
What else kind of stands out to you as these non-negotiables? This is how we run the show.
You can't take any risks with a client's loan. So I believe in
Yeah.
So it's like just making sure that you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
And if there's a questionable scenario, check on it as opposed to assuming it. So never assume something.
Yeah,
if
good.
you're not
No
sure
assumptions.
about it. Consistency is a huge thing with
Yeah.
me. Can't have 5 straight loans you do great and then 2 that you botch.
They all gotta be great.
Like we literally have to be perfect. I hate saying that.
I know.
I require almost perfection in the sense of, I'm not saying that something's not going to come up on a deal and that you may have to overcome it.
Yeah.
We're really good at, as a group, as a team, of seeing a potential problem before it happens.
Yeah.
So like identifying a potential red flag, identifying a potential gray area that an underwriter might read one way where you're reading it another, and just getting the answer up front.
Taking all this and framing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Why do you do what you do?
But when a person that says, "Hey, thank you so much for all your help. Like you made this easier than I could have imagined," and that's exactly what I was saying. I want to make the process that can be difficult as easy as possible for someone, and not be a point of stress for them when it's already so stressful. Buying a home is as stressful a process as it gets.
What pushed you to get to such heights? Because it's really hard to break through.
I think that there's a time when like you're, doing a certain level of volume where you don't think there's literally an ounce of you left to do more.
Yeah, you're right at the ceiling of your capacity.
You're like, I have nothing else I could do, and they just don't realize like you can just bring in other people, show them how you do things, and now you multiply yourself. You're in 3 places at once.
Yeah.
You're talking to 2 people at the same time because that other person's just as, you teach them everything and they have you to lean on, but they can at least have that conversation because they can do that well. They may not know everything yet, but they can still have a good conversation with a client and get ready. The scenario. So now you're doing it twice, and that's kind of what we did. The way I was brought up, like if you tell somebody you're going to do something, you got to do it. There are certain things that are just set in stone. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
And so, and a client like giving you their trust to do their mortgage for their house is a pretty big one.
So I have last question on this segment.
Yep.
What's your glorious purpose?
Be the provider for everyone in my life.
So check this out. Iconic Fox put this out there, and I love it. I always refer to it. And it talks about how brands start to fall into certain personality types. And then from those personality types, they express themselves. The first one, which is interesting, is the Outlaw. And the best brand that I love for the Outlaw is Harley Davidson. Like you can just picture like the rebel, right? Rules are made to be broken, disruptive.
I'm the furthest thing from that.
I could, absolutely you are.
Yeah.
Any of these like immediately were like, you felt like, yeah, that's a little of me in there?
I'm definitely not, brave in the sense of like being a fireman or a cop or anything like that. But certainly like some of the hero stuff, like honest, candid, I think that is certainly something that I would like own. I think the everyman still, I do believe, like, and I'm not any different than anybody else, nor should I be. And then I think there was one more that I kind of, I think the sage is good because I do believe in, having that knowledge and just knowing it, like the back of me. That's important to me.
Yeah.
It's hard to like be confident in something and portray that to others and like have them trust you if you don't know what you're talking about. And it's hard to fake.
Yeah.
People say fake it till you make it, maybe for a little while, but like you can't fake it till you make it all the time.
No, you actually have to be able to execute.
And and somebody who knows what they're doing would call you out in a second.
Yep.
You couldn't fake it to a bunch of other mortgage people for sure.
No, yeah.
If you didn't know what
they'd smell it out.
They'd smell that out and know you're all BS. Even most realtors, if they're good, they would know you're BS.
Last question on this segment. What legacy do you want to leave?
I've always been known as hardworking. I think nobody can doubt that. None of my friends who say, oh, Baret, they know, like, I work harder than anyone. So, like, that's all there. But I don't know if that's a legacy. I think just being a good human being, somebody who, wouldn't wrong anyone, wouldn't screw anyone over, that, meant well is a good thing for me.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's wrap and go handle some social media. Sound good?
Do it.
Done. So how are you and the team viewing social media today? What's your thoughts around it? What's your thoughts on it?
At times it's too much.
Yeah.
And I see people that, just are out there just spewing stuff that I don't like. I would not want to associate myself with.
So let's unpack that to a degree.
Yeah.
When you say you see them out there spewing stuff, you mean you see them out there too frequently, or you see them saying dumb shit?
I think just overall stuff that like is either like irrelevant or
irrelevant.
Like, I think sometimes people overdo it, but I see some good content on there. I'm on there constantly, just at least viewing.
Yeah.
I interact with a lot of people on it.
I see you commenting.
Yeah, I comment, I interact, I look at it. I don't post a ton, and I should post a lot more.
Well, so why do you feel that way?
Because I think like I'd have good information for people. I think if people would want to hear what I have to say if I said it, because I don't think I'd come across in a way where they'd be like, oh, this guy's so annoying.
Let's look at your situation.
Yep.
Right now, we're going to kind of focus on what we say, the brand representation. What your brand is kind of, what this is saying to you. Looking at this, great headshot. It's you smiling. You look happy. And honestly,
5 years ago, I think
the banner is personalized to a degree because it's
Hoboken.
It's here.
Yeah,
right?
it's Hoboken. Yeah.
So those things kind of get me a check. Now, as we get into descriptors, right? National top dog. That's good. But that doesn't show me your heart yet. This doesn't represent you, even though it is, because that's who you are. But we just sat down for about 30 minutes and talked. You never once mentioned, "Oh, I'm a top dog." That never came out in your values.
Yeah.
So it is who you are, and people will see it because it's just what you perform at. But we'll play with that, and then we'll redo your bio.
Yep.
This was written forever ago.
Yep.
Maybe you wrote it. Maybe somebody else did. Facebook. That's really cute,
my
by the way.
personal pace,
It's
yeah.
super,
It's
of
my
course.
personal way.
But again, when somebody Googles you,
Yep.
which is how I got here,
Yep.
that they this is what they're going to see.
Yep.
So, and even if they're not friends with you yet, because we're connected, but they'll show whatever your public profile shows. I jumped over here. This is your business page. Mm-hmm. So again, I got Hoboken, right? Cool shot. A+ star on all your profile pics being the same.
Yep.
That way, if I'm looking you up, I know this is still you.
Yep.
There's a cool featured post, which is another big star, because you put it up there and it shows, oh, what am I reading here? Oh, cool. It's an article showing your expertise. Mm-hmm. Really good. YouTube, baby. You're here. I found you on YouTube.
Did you really?
This is you. Yeah. 4 subscribers. So one of the things that we're going to do for you is YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world. It's gigantic. And what you said earlier, which is really true, I have good information to help people, and that's going to be the core of how we launch from.
Yep.
They're searching on these platforms for information.
Got it.
In fact, your market is unique in Hoboken. You got high-rise condos that other places don't have. You got situation stuff, you got attorneys, you got things that you have expertise in that are very specific. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you right now, somebody out there is Googling how to buy a house in Hoboken. And so we're going to take all that knowledge in here and we're going to put it on display so that somebody's like, hey, this guy Baret knows the hell what's going on. Let's start understanding this.
Yep.
And so we'll talk about a plan for this, but we're going to get this all decked out so that when somebody is here looking around, it's like, well, this guy knows everything. And then Instagram. So I found you again, the Hoboken Mortgage Guy. It's a good handle. It's right down the line. And we just got to figure out what our strategy is for telling our story on these platforms.
Got it.
So you're making a normal mistake a lot of people make, which is this post, right? Mm-hmm. I need our loan officers and guys like you to get away from the static Loan Depot posts.
I didn't post this.
I know you didn't. Yeah. Someone on your team did.
So here's an amazing thing. I truly, I think I know how to post on Facebook, but that's about it. I don't even know how to go post on a lot of these sites. I've never done it.
Yeah.
I've had corporate do everything.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a big believer in delegation too.
Yep.
I put out a lot of content, but I have a really busy job. And I got to do my job.
Yeah.
And so you have to find that balance of how do you surround yourself with support and teams to do certain things.
Yep.
Same with this.
Yeah.
So with social, it's such a highway for marketing. It's such a place where our customers and realtors and all these people are hanging out all the time. So clearly a strategy to show up and be there in the vein of what we want to do is crucially important. So we're going to give you brand new YouTube strategy.
Yep.
Brand new page. We're going to clean this up. We're going to give you some new banners, some new headshots.
Cool.
We're going to explore on the personal page what you want. So let me explain what I mean by that. People always ask, Alec, I have this business page and I got this personal page. Where should I be putting content? What should I be doing on Facebook? And Facebook's an interesting animal because the business page, candidly, again, this is massive Alec opinion, it's only really important if you're going to be running ads. So the objective here, and then a little call out, one thing we're going to fix is, so if you watching, just do this please immediately. You see where it says branch manager at Loan Depot? What it needs to say is branch manager at the Kechian team of Loan Depot.
Yeah.
Because if I click Loan Depot right now, guess where I'm going? Loan Depot.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. You don't want to send them there.
No.
You want to send them here to hang out with you professionally. Don't forget that. That's everyone messes up with that. When you think about what you want to be known for on social, if you want people bumping into your stuff on social, like they're going to do, what do you want them to leave with when they bump into your stuff on social?
I would like them to know that we know financing in not just this area but everywhere inside and out. These guys are experts. Hey, we should probably call them.
Yep.
And get it out regardless of even the area, because we're licensed as a team in 23 states.
Yeah.
So wherever you're going, let us know.
All right, let's take it on. Time to go.
All right.
Bam. All right, we're back. Wardrobe change, photo shoot done, ready to go. We're going to have a killer afternoon of filming content, and before we do, we're going to have to do an overview of your current marketing strategies. So we're just going to document it so we can fit in and evolve and keep moving. So let's go through the first one. Partnerships, realtors. Mm-hmm. What do you do on a regular basis to maintain and get new partners? What's kind of the non-negotiables?
Once a week we send out an update every Friday on what the market's doing, and I handwrite it so that it's
I love that.
Yeah. So it's relevant to them. We have constant communication with everybody throughout because I know like each of the team members that are working on a loan, should be communicating with realtors throughout they have deals with. So you're talking to those folks consistently. So
so if you want a warm introduction to somebody, you can get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone listening right now, this is what an absolutely mature partner strategy looks like. The immature strategies are I got to go out and find agents at broker previews and open houses because I don't know anybody, met anybody. But now this is how you leverage full, deep relationships to just keep expanding.
People ask me all the time, like, do you cold call? I don't believe in cold call.
Well, you don't have to anymore.
I don't think you should have to. I think there's enough connection now throughout everybody here
that
if I said, hey, I'm working with this person on a deal, she's in your office, can you do me a favor, just put in a good word for me, or let her know that you work with us, and so she can.
What's your my next bucket is past clients. Mm-hmm. What does it look like on a weekly, monthly basis with your past clients? What's kind of your strategy?
The only strategy we've put in right now is more for like refinances. Because we see a major opportunity in that in 2024.
Okay.
So every time somebody closes, we put them on our calendars for 90 days to do an immediate, at least a preview of what a refi might look like in case rates have moved. If they haven't, then you put them on for 90 more days and keep an eye on it.
This next bucket is I call it local. Do you do any events or do you do any client appreciations or partner appreciations? Do you have anything like that where you kind of bring people together?
We used to. We used to have a huge one at the end of each year.
You used to do an annual one?
We did, and so we kind of don't anymore. We just got a little big, we were inviting a lot of people. But I do a lot of individual events too. I'd rather, if it's for business only, I'd rather do an entire office just by themselves.
Yeah.
Because they will be so much freer. They don't have their competition around.
Yeah.
And you're just there with them I usually bring at least maybe 2 people. I won't bring 6 people, but I'll bring 2.
Okay.
And this way, the 2 that work with that group the most out of my office, and then try to kind of mingle with them on a comfort level.
But those happen organically, it sounds like. It's not like you're trying to book one every quarter.
No.
They just happen when you get them together.
Yeah, it's mostly organic.
Yeah.
We could probably do more. I'd like to do more quarterly things with some of the smaller teams we have that we probably don't.
And then social.
Social, yeah.
So today,
we're winging it.
It looks like we're organic.
We're winging it.
I call it organic. I like organic a little better. It doesn't make you feel like you're failing.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm completely failing because I'm at least involved and I see stuff.
Yes.
And I've gotten business out of it simply because I'll see somebody talk about a listing on there.
Yeah.
And immediately we'll text them on the side and say, hey, I just did something in that building 3 months ago. I have that building approved for the next 3 months, FYI. And
Smart.
If you need a flyer or something, just send me the listing. I'll get one over for you, financing flyer for Sunday. And so, if I see anything like that, an opportunity, I'm good with that, where I will immediately jump on it.
All right, so let's talk about strategy around it.
Yeah.
I'm going to download some stuff into you, and then I want you to kind of think about how you want to step into this space.
Yep.
So when you start getting systematic or strategic on these platforms, it's a new musculature, because it's we're not doing it today.
Yep.
And now we got to start integrating this into the life. How do we do that without breaking all the current processes or putting stuff that's undue stress on the world, all that stuff? The other thing that you have to consider on a social strategy is it's a scroll environment. So people are not consuming everything they see. They're moving right by it. Frequency needs to be really high on social, because they're not going to see every piece of content. They're going to see it, but they're not going to absorb it. And so frequency has to be high, and the type of content, the strategy, which we're going to do next, has to be not crappy. It has to be right in line with what you want to be and who you want to be known for.
Yep.
So when we talk social strategy, my encouragement is we want to build up musculature to be able to have content coming out every single day.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you have to sit there and film every single day, because that's exhausting or not realistic. But that does mean, how do you build up resources and strategies around it where something's coming out from you every day, from your authentic self, in the vein you want. And so my first encouragement is, let's figure out how to get 2 to 3 to 4 pieces of content a week out. And if we can build some musculature around that, where now it's getting framed into your week and your month, it'll be handled.
Yep.
Whether we need support or what you'll learn some stuff and figure out if you can do it. But that's the game, where the end game is daily content. So let's get out of here. Let's build a content calendar, and let's get ready to film some stuff today.
Let's do it.
Bam.
Let's go.
So this is a fun exercise to get you going on how to make unlimited content.
Okay.
A lot of people struggle with, what do I say?
Yep.
Let's start with an easy one. Write down FTHB, first time home buyer. Yep. And then underneath that, Let's just pick, think of this as we need 1 minute topics.
Okay.
So what does a first-time home buyer need to know? Like think really basic. You write down credit or write down credit. Yeah.
Credit.
Another super basic one. How much down payment do you need to buy a house? What's another easy, stupid one that comes to your head?
Income requirements.
Yeah.
Income and employment requirements.
Yep. How about how to pick the right realtor? How about how to pick the right lender? Are they all the same?
I'll say team. How about that?
There you go. I like it. Yep.
That's like a whole first-time homebuyer series right here.
Well, so exactly, right? So like,
we should pick 12 things that I would never talk about because I think it's too basic.
You do.
But at the same time, like, you could because there's somebody that's watching it.
And this thing just keeps going, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 things right there.
And so what's crazy about this is, and what we're going to do, is we're going to throw up a Google Drive or some document. We're going to just start listing these. And we're going to build out. So this was what? Like a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 videos in a minute. Now, the reason we're going basic right now is because this is what we talked about before, which is there's 2 types of content that I want you to kind of categorize. The first is evergreen. So evergreen content would be like something that is just going to maintain its truth through a long period of time.
Yeah, right.
So how to pick the right realtor? Well, the advice you give is probably going to be relevant for a long period of time.
Yep.
So think about other categories now. Other categories besides first-time home buyer. What categories stand out? I'll start you off on one. Right. I'm buying a second home.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm buying an investment property.
Yep.
What's another category?
You could condos.
Absolutely, condos.
Condo financing.
Absolutely. What's another subcategory?
Jumbo financing.
Jumbo.
What is it?
Yep. What is it? What's crazy about this process?
Each one of them would have a subset too, like the same thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
And watch this too. Minimum credit score, right?
Yep.
Every single one of these needs a video on minimum credit score.
Yeah.
Every single one. But there's nuance.
Yep.
Because the credit score for VA is probably different than this. And
that's right.
So the nuance is there. So now it's not just one video, it's 8 videos with nuance that allows you to make content at scale. So now there's really no, and by the way, down payment, same thing.
Yep.
So all of these become replicatable. And then we even have a new fun one out here, which is just Hoboken or New Jersey.
Yeah, local.
There's a million things that are happening here. Oh, now we got one more fun area over here, and this is called current events. Now this is the stuff that is not evergreen. This is stuff that I call consumable.
You got to get it out right.
It's stuff that's happening right now in the market that you need to document and share that isn't part of this.
Yep.
So here's how we're going to play with this. We're going to build out all these content ideas. We're going to start to figure out where to deploy it. So for example, we talked about YouTube. Second largest search engine in the world. People are going to YouTube and they're starting to ask these questions into the thing. But you also have them as a library content for just maybe you have a customer, and you like, hey, I'm going to send you a couple videos on this.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're
I'd love to even build them out so that I can send them out during the loan process even.
Last piece of this before we go film content.
Yep.
We're going to talk about how to structure content on social. When somebody's scrolling, people make a ton of mistakes when they make videos. Take too long to get started. They're blabbering a little bit to get started. And by that, as we talked about before, it's a scroll culture. They're gone. They're gone. No one's going to sit around. So we need to hit somebody right in the beginning with what's either called the hook, or like I like to call the answer, or the solution. Let's talk with condos. Okay? What's a problem that happens that comes up in the condo world?
I mean, you get declined for the condo. The condo doesn't meet the requirements.
Condo doesn't meet the requirements. Yep. How would you condense that problem into one sentence that you would deliver to somebody?
Have you ever lost a commission check over the fact that a condo didn't get approved?
Perfect. And that's a realtor-centric one, right?
Yep.
And the buyers, what would you say for a buyer?
Condos cause you a problem during financing?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah. And then you can even tell a story. I've been in this market for a long time. Here's how we handle it. So before you fall in love, call me.
Yeah.
So that's example of you're telling the hook, problem, or solution first. Then you can tell the story.
Yep.
It's a lot different than giving a speech, taking a bunch of realtors out, and doing a kind of a presentation. You would handle that much differently.
Right.
On social, they're going to go right by you, so you got to hit them with the goods.
Hit them with the goods right off the bat.
So you ready to make some content?
Yeah.
Okay, it's go time.
That's it.
That's it. So let's just work on delivering the hook in like an enthusiastic way that like someone watches it, they'd be like, I want to hear this.
lenders are created equal. Communication is key, as are their processes. If they're understaffed or they're just not on top of their stuff, they can miss a date that can be critical to your purchase transaction.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That was really good.
So all this stuff comes together. What's standing out to you?
Just that, there's so much I need to learn almost as to how to deliver some of the stuff. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't deliver it properly, it doesn't matter. And so it's almost like getting it out in the right way is as important as the content.
Yeah, 100%.
Getting people's attention, even the initial, the grab is so huge.
Huge.
Where I don't think I was doing that at all. Is this too pretentious to say? Could you say something like, working with a team that's, working with a top team and how it benefits you as a buyer?
No, because you believe that.
I do believe it. I feel like if there's a gray area or a favor to get, we're the guys to get it.
In the very beginning of the morning, we were talking about your value set and what you care about and all that stuff. Integrity was shining out of you.
Absolutely.
Your desire to do good, your desire to help people. It wasn't about how big you could make your team and how many, climb the chart.
Yeah.
It was all around these core values that you have.
Yep.
And so you got to land there first. So you got to really, before you even write hooks, you got to center on, okay, why am I doing this?
Yep.
I want to help people. I want to reach for people. I want to, inspire someone to buy their first home. All the fun stuff that you want to tap into. Then you look at your list and you're like, you know what? I really believe that if they work with my team, it's an advantage because of what you guys do.
Yeah.
And so how do I communicate that? Well, the hook is, working with who you work with matters.
Right.
And then they go, I kind of agree with that, but why? And then you get a chance, and they'll listen, and you get a chance to say, I've been doing this for 28 years. And in those 28 years, I've found that having a rockstar team, that means that every phone call that comes in is answered, helps my customers get more deals done.
That's right. Yeah.
And because I've been doing it 28 years, I know every single realtor in this market. And when I put my name on a piece of paper, they know the deal's going to close.
Right.
Because I've been doing it for 28 years.
Right.
And I built the reputation that means something in this market. And that's going to help you get your first home successfully in a competitive market.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because you believe in that shit.
Yeah, I do. It's the truth.
So again, it's and you're not trying to crap on somebody else.
No.
You're just trying to share your viewpoint and what matters to you.
Yep.
And so the more you do that, the easier it'll become to do over time. To the point where you'll bring in a team or a crew, or you'll grab your phone and you'll just bang out 5 or 7 videos right then because you're fired up on something, and then you'll bank it to when it's time to post. So you ready to add this into your repertoire?
Yeah, I think I can. I've wanted to. I just haven't had the way to start it. And I feel like if you guys, give me a little nudge like you have, and just give me the direction, I feel like I'll do it.
I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
Thanks for carving time today, man. This was
100%.
fun.
Yeah.
If you're a first-time homebuyer, having trouble getting your offer accepted, picking the right realtor, using the wrong lender, some of those will be easy anytime. Don't have 20% to buy a house? Well, good, because you don't need it.
Brand new.